I thought I would open up today talking a little bit about myself and my background and why or how I became interested in the subject of perennial wisdom or non-duality, spirituality. I would say for me, it started early in life, maybe as early as 7, 8 years old, where I was already asking those deeper questions about life, reality, God. And from an early age, I became involved within the Christian tradition and I really pursued it on my own. I didn't really come from a religious family or parents who really pushed religion at all. At some level, I was far more interested, even as a child, than my parents were in having me go to church or something like that. As a family, we just never did. Um, but since it was always a real individual pursuit, I think I was always free to ask some deeper questions. I think there was a time where I got maybe more dogmatic in that pursuit. Although at the same time, I never felt compelled because it was the right thing to do necessarily, as it was just my own pursuit of asking those questions about life and reality. And that persisted as I became an adult, and in some ways, the denomination that I was involved in created more questions for me than answers. And I decided to pursue a graduate degree at a seminary. And that was a real rich time for me just to begin to look at the scriptures and the spiritual tradition of Christianity in a more structured and formal way. And that allowed me to ask some deeper questions and eventually became a platform for me to look into answers outside of even the Christian tradition, looking at other spiritual traditions, religions that were looking at God in a very different lens, I guess, than Christianity did. And then I became more probably practice focused, where it was more about the practice of meditation than just learning or trying to understand. It was more the experience. And I would probably describe myself, even today, I would say I'm more of a mystic than a religious person. And I eventually became exposed to individuals talking about non-duality, and I just really appreciated their approach and how they would speak about these things in a way that they could draw from other traditions, the perennial wisdom that is part of our heritage as humans in the world. But yet they didn't seem stuck to a dogma or a theology that had to be the right answer. And so people like Byron Katie, Tony Parsons, Jeff Foster, I mean, the list could go on, Meister Eckhart. Those people that I would say are the mystics of the traditions, the contemporary, as well as like Hafiz and all those of different traditions, they all seem to be saying a similar thing that just really resonated with me. And it seemed that was more what I was looking for, not so much a right answer, as much as a way to be joining into a experience, a more direct experience than sort of a theological knowledge. And so it just really clicked for me listening to those non-dual type teachers, or so-called, I guess. And so I just really like to further that conversation with this channel and share what insights I have and around this topic of perennial wisdom and how it can be helpful to others as they, continue their spiritual journey. So again, thanks for checking my channel out.